straight to genitals. You can hold him by the small of his back. You can squeeze him, stroke where his abdominals are supposed to be. I have one pack at the moment, but when I bring the 6 out, then we'll worry about the 6. So you can stroke his body, let him know that you find him physically attractive. It doesn't have to be just genitals. Doesn't have to be. Right. But if you really want to go for a spot that kind of gets some men, if you go just beyond the genitals, just right underneath, there's a sensitive area that most people don't have touched.
Please show us where underneath. What? No, you've only just said go underneath, but where exactly?
Hey, if you look at a man's side profile, you normally have the let's call it. Let's just be straightforward. So you have your nutsack, and you have your penis that hangs down. If you go just past the nutsack, there's a small area just before you get to the no entry zone. It's a small area right there that if you tickle the strap is very, very sensitive, because 9 times out of 10 it's an area that no one apart from a man has touched. And you tend to find that if you touch somewhere on a man that only he touches, like when he showers or when he cleans and so on, there's an unexpected sensation.
Wow. Mo, I think that in the next few weeks we will be doing sexual techniques, and I think I'll need you on here to show us some of these techniques. Well, to take us through.
Sometimes I wonder what I get myself into. You know? I wonder what I get myself into.
I think we'll need to do that. We'll be doing that topic very soon.
There are areas of a man's body that you can still touch and tease and lick and tickle that would make him jump out of he would not expect it.
That's right.
Isn't prepared for it, isn't ready for it. But that's small, and when I tell you, when you do that, you will see a man become a child in a matter of 2 seconds.
Wow. So we're talking about erogenous areas and stuff like that.
We're talking about erogenous
where are some of these areas? We've spoken about that area underneath somewhere there. Okay, what other areas?
You'd be surprised. Some men find like I said, the small of their back to be quite sensitive.
Yeah.
It's weird places that you wouldn't think of. But it's places that when you touch, like even the back of your knee.
And I noticed that it's some people, even their toes and the feet, when you caress, it's like
it isn't always about where, it's about how.
That's the thing.
So it isn't
the touches,
the place. You can go from gently, softly caressing to digging your heels in and letting, because what a lot of men feed on is the sounds that we hear tell us how good of a job we're doing.
That's right.
So we should pick a cue from that as well.
Yeah.
Do men actually make these sounds? But hold on to that. We will be right back. Keep your dials locked in.
ABN Radio.
London's Afropolitan radio station.
Bedtalk on ABN Radio with Frida's Palace. Ladies, look elegant with Frida's Palace. Call 079 315 11991 to book your appointment.
It was a well-paying job, respectable, wearing a suit and tie every day. But I drank 24/7. Drank on the way to work, drank at work.
I never could come to terms with admitting that I had an alcohol problem or a pill problem.
I decided to get clean, and so I went to the Narconon program.
Not only did I handle my drug addiction, I completely knew how to live life.
Call Narconon today at 01435 512 460. 01435 512 460.
It's one of the most prestigious events in the UK calendar. Our goal, recognizing and celebrating excellence within the British Ghanaian community. This July, Guba is celebrating 2 days of entrepreneurship and awards. On Friday, the 13th of July 2018, from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Join us for the Entrepreneurship Seminar. Then on the second day, a celebration of excellence, Guba Awards 2018. That's Saturday, the 14th of July from 5:30 p.m. to midnight. It's the time of the year for us to network, meet the stars, and celebrate our great future. The venue, the luxurious Intercontinental Hotel O2, 1 Waterview Drive, Greenwich, London, SE10 0TW. BW, His Excellency, the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, will be our special guest of honor. Grab your tickets now from www.gooberawards.co.uk. Dress code, black tie or traditional only. For sponsorship opportunities, just email george@gooberawards.co.uk or call 079-569-45360. Goober Awards 2018, celebrating excellence. The Goober Awards 2018 is proudly sponsored by Ecom Ghana.
You look elegant.
Thank you.
The hairstyle, the makeup, you change that every week.
It's Frida's Palace.
So that's standing out. Look at your birthday party was Frida's Palace, right?
You got that. Hair and makeup for every occasion, anytime. Just walk into their Norwood Junction and Croydon salons or book an appointment by calling Frida on 07931 511 991 or 0208 6535 300. Consultation is free.
Can I take you out for dinner?
As your PA, I'll have to tell your wife you're asking me out.
It's just dinner.
I still need to tell your wife.
Frida's Palace. Look elegant.
Welcome back to the Bedtalk Show. We are live on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan station. And yes, you can listen to us on the DAB app, tune in. Modern Ghana, we are streaming live on YouTube at the moment. So you can also log in there and watch us live as we discuss what men want in the bedroom. So Mo and Chris is right here, and I must say that I am picking some little nuggets right from them this evening. And just before we went on that, I was asking Mo and Chris, do men actually express themselves? And also there was a call coming through. Please call back again as we're going on, so I couldn't pick that up, but please give me a call straight back. We are ready for you. So Mo, Chris, do men express themselves? Do most men express themselves when we touch them? Because some men also just keep quiet, so you're not sure what you're doing is right or not.
If a man is quiet, then you're not doing it the way he likes it.
Really?
That's what I think, because I mean, he should be definitely.
I disagree a little bit.
Okay.
I disagree a little bit.
I don't. If a person is really enjoying it, at least you can. The person will.
There should be moaning or groaning.
At least express some emotion.
If a man is very comfortable in himself, then he will moan.
That's right.
If he doesn't feel comfortable, then he might see him as being a little bit too soft. There are men who can be so proud that they want to just go in and do their work. I will bite my lip and I will keep my eyes closed and I will do it, but you might not hear a peep out of me. You might hear me gasp for breath or for air, but you may not hear me moan as you're doing things to me. But when a man is very comfortable with his woman and comfortable in himself, then yes, the man will moan.
Right, like I said,
make one or two sounds.
Please give us a call. The person that was trying to call me, please do pick up the phone again. Also, if you want to give us a call, it's 0208 6707300. 0208 6707300. You could also send us a WhatsApp message on 0788747590. So this is the Bedtalk Show. Chris, Mo, wow. Go on, as we're here talking about.
Adwoa, when we're talking about the foreplay,
yes.
For me, I like it. I like foreplay to start from what I see.
Right.
So even before you touch, what have you got on? What do you look like at that moment? You know?
Yeah.
I like these sort of transparent stuff, you know. That alone will do half of your job for me.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because as you walk towards me or as I come to you, whichever way, whatever you've got on, either you've got only panties on, you're showing some nice boobies, or you've got something transparent, you know, showing that you're actually ready for the night, you know, ready to receive me.
You've given it some thought.
That's right. Ready to receive me. It will spark. You see, because as I said, for men, we're moved so much by what we see. So something nice, something, something beautiful, something sexy, something attractive, something seductive. You've got on some nice perfume, some nice body mask, something.
Sometimes you don't even have to visually see it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just tell me
what you're wearing.
You happen to have left a piece of clothing at home.
That's right.
I don't have to see that it isn't there. You just have to suggest that something or a couple of things didn't make it out for dinner this evening. that alone.
Can we break it down? So, in other words, you want the person to probably just give you that little hint to say, you know what, babe, I came out without that panties.
That's right.
Why not?
I came out just in that bra. Oh,
well, you know what you can do? You can go one step further. You can come out with it, but you don't have to have it on. You can slip it into my pocket and just tell me, look in your pocket, there's something in there for you.
Exactly.
It's all about flicking the right switches in a man's mind so he knows that you want him. The minute a man knows that a woman wants him, then floodgates open. Suddenly, the barrier that he might think is in front of him isn't a barrier anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Because you have to bear in mind, there are men that see women and find them attractive, find them desirable, but don't say anything. Because as far as they're concerned,
the woman is going to say no.
She will say no. But if suddenly you go home to your wife, you think, she may have had a long day, I've had a long day. I'm just going to go home and chill. We're going to watch EastEnders or whatever TV program is on. But she turns to you and says, you should go and get ready, go and get changed, blah, 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 get out of your work clothes. You come downstairs and you find that what she had on, she doesn't have on anymore. You find that the lights are dim.
Yeah.
You find that there is something there for you to eat, but she's also laid out some strawberries and some fruit and some whipped cream and some blah, blah, blah. So suddenly, you're thinking to yourself, you know what, she wants me, right now, she wants me. And the way that she's laid this out, she's going to get every little bit of me I can give, at least till I fall asleep.
Do all men get the hints that their woman gives to them?
No.
So what can we do to make that better?
Some men are very, very naive. I am very naive. I am ridiculously naive.
I am naive.
Seriously.
Says who?
Sometimes.
No, naivety. I beg your pardon.
Sometimes it isn't always obvious.
No, I think that sometimes some women would initiate it in a very subtle way and expect us to pick up on the hint.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's so subtle that,
it goes straight past.
Of course, this is my wife. So if it was a stranger, then it would be suggestive.
Right? Like, hey,
what's going on?
So what did that mean?
Or she will walk past you and use her breast to brush you a little bit, and or say something. And at that moment, she wants you to pick up on something, but then maybe your mind is not there, and so it will just go past, and she'll be thinking,
he isn't interested.
He's not interested. He didn't even notice what I did. But sometimes it's so subtle that your mind, because come on, I live with you in the same house, and I expect that we are cool.
Yeah, but maybe that little squeeze in the butt that I don't normally do.
Yeah,
you can squeeze, but make sure the squeeze is longer than 1 or 2 seconds long. If you just go in and squeeze and then done, then okay, she just squeeze a minute.
Yeah.
But if you happen to hold a cheek and you rested there for a bit, and you happen to just
try and caress,
just a little bit longer than yours, but then suddenly there's no question about you just squeezing me. Suddenly it's a little bit more than just a squeeze.
Exactly.
So sometimes men do need more than just a subtle hint here and there. Sometimes men need to be told, look, right now, right here,
I want to eat you.
I am game. If you're not game, then you better get on your sports gear and come to
you see, that is the other thing that I wanted to ask. How do men feel about their ladies being very direct to them? So
she is your lady. You are together. So for me, I don't see anything wrong with you being direct.
Okay.
Well, grown people.
It's not like we've just met. two strangers.
No,
we meet somewhere and maybe at the bar, or we've met at work, and he said, "I want you," and so then it becomes okay. What
about people that have just gotten married? So like they're now getting used to themselves.
They are married, so
maybe they didn't have sex before they got married, and now they're getting married. But maybe the lady is a lot more confident sexually and can be a bit more direct.
She can show it. I don't think.
You don't think there's anything wrong with that?
Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, because then also you let the person listen. We're married. There shouldn't be any barriers.
No.
At
that point in time, the two of you have become one.
Exactly.
Your union has been solidified.
Yeah.
It's a case of no holds barred. There's no barriers.
No.
There's no hiding behind curtains. It's a case of I want to enjoy and pleasure you, and I want you to enjoy and pleasure me. And sometimes a man does think, he is pleasuring his woman.
Yeah.
But sometimes a man wants to sit back and have his woman pleasure him.
Exactly.
A man wants to feel that he isn't doing all the work, that his woman can pounce on him. Because you said before that you like the whole when you see in the lingerie and the blah 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 and so on, and that's a turn on.
Yeah.
I think sometimes the opposite can be a bit of a turn on. Sometimes the unexpected can be a turn on.
Yeah.
You sitting there and your partner comes in and things are going on normal, and then suddenly she pounces on you and you happen to lose a couple of buttons of your shirt because she wants to caress your skin. There is no preparation for it.
Yeah.
But at that moment in time, the shock of her approaching you in that very carnal way makes you feel that you are the bee's knees. It makes you feel that you are the most desirable person on planet Earth at that point in time. The whole world fades away because the only thing you're focusing on at that point in time is her wanting you.
Wow.
And that, I think, is good energy.
It is.
Men, both people need to feel needed.
Yeah.
A man should still open himself up to his woman approaching him. Not only seducing him, but let your woman pounce on you. Allow yourself to be pounced on. Allow your woman to use you the same way you'd want to use your woman, and you'd want to do your work, and you want to go in and put all your back in. Let her release the inner freak. Let her show you that she actually does want to use every inch of you. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with sitting back and saying, "Look, it's right there. Do what you want.
Take it.
You can turn left, right, back, up, down, side to side. Put any kind of oil or whatever on." It's yours right now. I'm hands free, literally. Vodafone. You do your thing. There is nothing at all wrong with that.
Not at all.
Not one bit.
That's amazing. So sometimes maybe the men also need to encourage the woman.
Yeah. To Adwoa, in unfortunately, in this side of the world, in the black community, and in the mostly in the African setting, it's shameful actually to find out that some men will have to actually beg before their women or their wives actually allow them to have sex. So you realize that in that situation there's very little foreplay.
Yeah, and it's very brutal. It's very clinical.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you just go straight from begging. As soon as you're giving a little bit leeway, you go straight from begging. Then you are on the way you are in.
Yeah,
and so foreplay is out of the window.
Yes.
So when you have a woman who knows what she's doing, she actually wants to also be a part of
what is going
on. She wants to enjoy the foreplay with you. She wants to talk about it. She wants to initiate the moves. It makes it very, very interesting.
That's amazing. I am going to take the news on top of the hour, but we would be right back. Don't go anywhere.
ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station. More news, more information. This is ABN News on the Hour.
It's a broad, open office. There was deliberately very little security in keeping with their effort to have an open relationship with the community.
That was Terence Smith, the columnist for the newspaper, the Capital Gazette, and he was saying they'd had a relaxed policy that was following a man being held on charges of murdering 5 people at the newsroom in Maryland there. The man is said to have had a long-term grudge, and the Capital Gazette had previously refused to press charges against Jad Ramos when staff were threatened online. The EU's chief negotiator says time's running out for a Brexit deal to be done. Michel Barnier has told Theresa May to come up with what he calls realistic and workable proposals for a future relationship. A firefighter who tried to save a 12-year-old girl from the Grenfell Tower fire has told the inquiry he's cried every day since she died. David Badillo was one of the first crew to attend the blaze. The fire on Saddleworth Moor has been burning for 5 days, and the army now says it will stay another 3 days to help put it out. Around 100 soldiers have been working with firefighters since yesterday. Flames from 7 square miles of land have blanketed the Greater Manchester region and beyond in smoke and ash. Ian Saxon is Director of Operations at Tameside Council.
This still remains a major incident and requires a large multi-agency response to support the work led by the Fire and Rescue Service. I think it's important to acknowledge all the support agency work that goes on. Some of that behind the scenes to kind of minimise the impact for the local community.
Northern Ireland has imposed a hosepipe ban for the first time in 23 years as temperatures remain high in the UK. It means people won't be able to water their gardens or wash their cars. And a shortage in carbon dioxide is affecting supplies in crumpets as Warburton's admits it's making nowhere near its usual amount with just one factory operating normally. CO2, which is used to preserve some packed foods and put the fizz in drinks, is currently in short supply. That's the latest. I'm Victoria Lawrence.
Bedtalk on ABN Radio with Frida's Palace. Ladies, look elegant with Frida's Palace. Call 079 315 11991 to book your appointment.
You look elegant.
Thank you.
The hairstyle, the makeup, you change that every week.
It's Frida's Palace.
So that standing out look at your birthday party was Frida's Palace, right?
You got that. Hair and makeup for every occasion, anytime. Just walk into their Norwood Junction and Croydon salons or book an appointment by calling Frida on 07931 511 991 or 0208 6535 300. Consultation is free.
Can I take you out for dinner?
As your PA, I'll have to tell your wife you're asking me out.
It's just dinner.
I still need to tell your wife.
Frida's Palace. Look elegant.
The Discourse on ABN Radio, engaging our community with discerning conversation.
Join me, Esther Alade, on The Discourse, where we will be redefining perspectives with authentic analysis.
Join The Discourse from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on ABN Radio.
This Friday and every Friday on ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station.
This is ABN Radio.
It's really my type of music.
We play your genre of music.
Indeed, this is ABN Radio, London's only premier Afropolitan station. And yes, my name is Adwoa. We are on the Bedtalk show. And so thank you for tuning in. Here in the studio with me is Chris Decker and Mo Bernard, and talking about what men like in bed. And so interesting conversation. I think it's one of the topics that I've actually enjoyed, and I am picking little things as we go.
Taking notes back?
I am actually taking notes.
Okay, that's the main
It will help your sex tip.
You know. So hey,
my community service is done.
So thank you so much for the amazing information that you're giving us out there, because sometimes we take these little things for granted and we feel that a touch is a touch. You don't think about how you are touching. You're thinking that, I am initiating and he's not responding. Little did we know that maybe it is how we are initiating, the how you are touching. So ladies, pay attention to this kind of information. I think we all need it. Now, are men interested in things like role plays in the bedroom and stuff like that?
Yeah. Jump to pause and think about it.
Yeah.
Good men. Some good men are interested. Some good men are.
Why not?
I mean, it does. Unless the person is very boring in bed. And also, I have come to realize that a man who has a good sense of humor, or anybody, in both sides, men, women, if they have good sense of humor, they are able to carry that good sense of humor into their bedroom.
The bedroom, yes.
Yeah.
So if you're with a boring man, then when you suggest role plays, you're like, what are you talking about? What do you want me to wear? Dress like a police officer? Really?
Yeah.
But if
there's nothing wrong with that. I have my own function.
You understand? But if you are with a man who's got that good sense of humor, he knows the relationship is quite nice, then yeah, when you suggest this, it's like, yeah, why not? You come with yours and I come with mine.
Yeah.
And these things kind of spice up the relationship. It does spice up. So then every time this man would want to have an encounter with you rather than look elsewhere.
Chris, actually, you saying that and you being, in the Christian kind of setting, I want you to advise Christian men, because I hear a lot of things, based on what I do. I get people talking to me about a lot of things, and sometimes some of the things are ridiculous.
Yeah. Give me an example.
An example is someone says to me, oh, every time that we're gonna have sex or intimacy, my husband plays gospel music. I mean, who wants God in the bedroom when we are having sex? I mean, God has ordained the marriage.
Whenever you invite me to come along to have a conversation with you guys, whenever you ask me to come along, my thought, the premise of my way of thinking is that God has a place. The Almighty has a place, but when that door is closed, now, I don't want to hear God's name being called. I don't want to hear Jesus. I want to hear my name being called. That doesn't belong in there. Yeah. So gospel music wouldn't. No, that's a little bit of the name.
But to
maybe
be fair, there are some quite soft, nice, romantic gospel music.
Romantic gospel music. Yeah. How does that work?
No. You know there are some types of gospel that has this R&B.
Oh no, Chris, you cannot play gospel music when you're having sex.
If it's not, but you're not sinning. You're husband and wife.
Yes, but then
unless
how do you know? How do you know you're not sinning?
Unless it's you and somebody else.
No, your husband and wife. But does that not quench that? Because the moment I hear gospel music, I'm thinking of worship.
Okay.
I want to prostrate before God and worship and lift my hands. So that is not the time for sex.
So then that's not good for you. You understand that?
If you don't want to play like the cool songs, like the sexual songs or what have you, at least some jazzy background.
Or turn the music off.
But that is it. But when you're playing that I will worship you.
Hold on a minute. Let's speak about this worshiping you part. It depends on exactly what we're talking about is being worshipped at that point.
He's going to lift you high above the earth.
So you are singing like a gospel song.
If that singing is being focused on a certain body part, then you can worship away. But if it's a case of Jesus' name, then I don't feel that there's a place. Me personally, that's me personally.
You see, if
I like the carnal energy to come
that's
out.
Right.
I like the whole animalistic side, the whole raunchy, and I don't think Jesus would be very pleased with me.
No.
To
be fair, the thing is that if the couple involved are happy. If both are happy,
well, that's the thing, because the wife was complaining bitterly.
But if it is becoming a turn off for one party,
that's the thing.
Then we need to look at it.
It turns her off so bad because she's thinking that I'm naked. We're about to have intimacy.
Is she married to a pastor then?
So why should we be playing gospel music?
So what does she want at that moment in time?
It's either you don't play any music at all, or play some jazzy music, something more romantic. Something
soul and soul.
Yes.
Okay, but
but if you don't want to play that, just turn the radio off.
Yeah.
But the moment you start playing gospel, for her, she's focusing on God. It's like you're bringing the anointing into the room. But that's not the time for anointing.
This is a different business.
Exactly. It's a different kind of anointing.
Of course, yes.
You have to be careful of the words that you use, because when you say anointing, you can still anoint a weight, but it just depends on the
kind of anointing.
No, but to be honest, a lot of Christian folks, both sides, use Christianity to cover up certain things. And make their sexual lives very boring. And so we hear all kinds of things. I know of a couple who I was talking to. The lady said, this man never wants to go down on her. Because he says, I use these lips to read the Bible and to pray. I don't see why I should lick you with. And I'm thinking.
So here's a question though. Does that man want his wife to go down on him?
I'm sure he does.
And there's why I find that there's a massive double standard.
There is.
If a man wants a woman to do something to him, he should be expected to do the same thing back.
Precisely.
And
so.
I'm not saying this from a feminist point of view, equal rights and blah blah. But fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
And if you're a man who doesn't want to do something to your partner, then you shouldn't ask her to do it to you.
Exactly.
Whatever is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Exactly.
So I don't see why you don't want to go down, but you expect the woman to go down on you.
If you find it degrading for you, then surely you should see it as being degrading for her, unless you value her different to you. So to me, the whole Christian side of things, there's a place and there's a way that it contributes to the energy that you have as a couple. But to me, when it comes to between the sheets and breaking a sweat, I got my automatic thoughts are about the Lord Jesus, past friends that are looking down. That's the kind of thing that comes to my mind. So I try to leave.
You see, for me, if you're a Christian, the only time maybe you would sit back and check yourself is when you're doing things that are wrong. Exactly, like threesomes
that's
bringing I mean,
that's the problem.
You understand? What I'm saying is, if it's just you and your spouse, or you and your husband,
then by all means,
feel free.
Well, here's my question,
and do things that will please each other.
But in the bedroom context, what could we see as being wrong?
No, I'm talking about
things like threesomes, like swinging, those things we don't encourage.
So handcuffs, blindfolds, and baby oil is
fine. So far as
then come on, no. I'm looking at things that would go contrary to what the Word of God says.
Yeah, so like if you're bringing a third person in, then obviously we don't encourage that wife swapping and stuff like that. No,
because that would come under adultery and all of those kind of things.
But handcuffs
and also coveting their neighbor's wife. If you're going for extra people, then
handcuffs, whatever, oils, whatever.
If you want
absolutely fine.
If you want to bring
spanking, whatever. So far as it is you two,
you're talking my language.
Yeah. So far as you two are happy, and no one is coercing the other one to do it. So far as you're not forcing it down my throat.
That's right.
And we're both excited to try about things, then by all means.
Yeah. I don't
we have so much freedom. I say to people.
We're saying forcing down people's throat because I don't believe in people engaging in sexual act dutifully. You know, it's like I'm doing it because my husband wants me to do it. And I'm not enjoying it, but I'm just doing it to please you.
No.
I don't believe in that. I want you to do it because you are happy to do it.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's why some people, we hear all kinds of stories. Some men are going through the backside of some women at their displeasure.
Yeah, we can leave that one right.
I mean, if the woman if you are happy to do it and the woman is happy to do it, that's different.
See, to me, there is a need for you to have the desire for each other. The energy that you feel, the passion that erupts between two people that are linked emotionally at that point in time says a lot.
It does.
If you as a man want something but your partner doesn't, or vice versa, then suddenly it's one way engagement. And it isn't fair on one person, because what you'll find is someone is just doing it for doing its sake. Whereas me personally, I'd prefer that you engaged because you wanted me, because at that point in time you desired me.
Exactly.
At that point in time there was nothing else that you wanted to do apart from hold me, kiss me, lick me, please me. That to me is important, because as a man, as I said earlier on, it makes you feel desirable. It makes you feel powerful. It makes you feel that from head to toe you are sexy as hell, because what your partner's doing to you right now proves that. If your partner isn't into you, but you're approaching and you're begging and you're kind of going for whatever, and she's like, oh, no, I don't want to, then where's the enjoyment?
Exactly. So if you have only just tuned in, you are listening to the Bedtalk show with me, Adwoa. We are live on ABN Radio, and by all means, please give us a call. Whoever was giving us a call has decided to put the phone down. Please, we want to hear from you. So pick that phone up again and give us that call. Number is 0208-670-7300, 0208-670-7300. And also, yes, again, Frida's Palace is your one-stop salon for all your beauty needs. And we just want to say that, services that she provides includes bridal hair, makeup, weave, braids, cuts, colorings, and many more. And so experience that relaxing service when you call and you book an appointment. You can call Frida's Palace on 07931 511 991 or on 0208-653-5300 to book all your appointments to beautify yourself, so that your husband would want to go down on you. Take that frumpiness out of that kitchen. Make sure you look good for him, and likewise, men. We need you to look good for us as well. Okay, and so yes, please feel free to give us a call on 0208-670-7300. So talking about role plays and what have you, do men generally fantasize about things? And what are some of the things that they fantasize about that they can't really tell their woman, but hence maybe when you tell your woman about, maybe we will be able to accommodate that.
The fantasies.
Yes.
I doubt it if black women would accommodate some
you
of the
just never know, Don't even squash us before we start.
I doubt it very much, because some men can run some wild imaginations or thoughts in their minds. I think that everybody is different, but there are people who have wild, impossible, unachievable imaginations and thoughts. But ultimately, if you have some thoughts in your mind and you have a good sexual relationship with your partner, sometimes you can let them know what you're thinking. And as you share these thoughts, for your woman can actually warm up to it and want to try some of the things you're actually thinking about
within reason.
Within reason. It's not ones that will actually break their back. Not ones.
I don't think there is anything wrong with sitting back and having that fantasy moment during your 9 to 5. You're bound to have half an hour somewhere along the time when you do think of your partner in a compromising position.
For instance,
but why keep it to yourself? Why not tell her, I thought of you in this way, or I couldn't stop thinking of you today. I was sitting down, I was in a meeting, and I couldn't help but think about when you was in the shower and the soap bubbles were just caressing your back and drip. Why not tell her that? At that point in time, I just couldn't help it. So when we get home, I want to give you a shower. I want to wash your back, because I just couldn't stop thinking about that. There is nothing wrong with letting your partner know that you have fantasized, because you might find that your partner says, hey, why don't we try that out? why don't you stop by the shops and get a little bit of, you know, rosé or a little Lambrusco, a little martini, and come back early, or come back a little bit late. Wait until the kids are sleeping, and yeah, let's give that a try. What's the worst you could say? No. Fine. As far as you were concerned, it was no anyway. As far as you were concerned, it was
going to be no. But
you just never know the day that it would be. Yes.
Worst case scenario, your day cracks on as it did yesterday. Best case scenario, you get that response. Yes. You get the, okay, let me just finish the dinner and do the dishes and clean, blah blah blah, or you do the dishes. When you finish, come and find me. There is nothing at all wrong.
To be honest, I think that we like, you know, I'm talking on behalf of women, we like some of these surprises and some of these, you know, out of the blue thoughts and thinking and wanting to do some things like that. Because to be honest, sometimes we also pull off because it becomes so predictable, it becomes so boring. It's like we know what you're going to do from A to Z. As soon as you come in bed and you lie down, I know straight away that you're going to start touching my neck and then go down. I mean, switch it around a little bit.
There is nothing more boring than having a routine. There is nothing more boring. Now, hear me carefully, people. There is nothing more boring.
Someone says that I want a little bit of more. Mo, please give me a shower.
I have no words. But again, there is no, whoever's listening, anyone that is listening, do me and yourself a favor. Try to avoid following the same 1, 2, 3 steps when you approach your partner.
Over and over and over.
Try to avoid being predictable. Try to avoid letting your partner know he's coming in now, or she's making her move. You don't want that. Be unpredictable. Do something different, something new. Do something that is out of the obvious. I think we have a call coming through. Do something abnormal.
Okay.
Let your partner.
Let me quickly take this call, and we will be right back. Hi, good evening.
Hi.
Who am I talking to? You are live on the Bedtalk show, and so who am I talking to?
My name is Chris.
Your name is?
My name is Chris.
Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Chris, can you speak up a little bit louder for me?
Hey, can you please answer this question for me, please?
Okay.
Why is it that women always want to use sex as a means of punishment? Or
say that again. I didn't catch that bit. Why is it that women want what?
Why always want to use sex as a means of punishment? the man has gone out, he come early home, or something has happened at home.
Yeah.
And they always want to use it as a means of punishment. Is it good?
Chris, let me answer this question. It is not good. And I don't advise any woman to use sex as a punishment, because when you cleave together with your husband, you know, sex. Oh, it's gone. But anyway, I'm still going to answer Chris's question because I'm sure he is listening. So like I'm saying, Chris, women generally should not. And I don't advise women to use sex as a weapon or a punishment. It is not right. You know, I mean, the Bible says that once that we are together, you've cleaved, you know, my body is yours, your body is mine. And as much as I might not be in that mood, I will still give it to you, you know, but that's what we call dutiful sex. Because
that's very admirable of you.
You know, I might not be in that mood, but it's my duty to give it to you at that point, even though I might not want it. You know, but I'm not going to deprive you of it.
I don't entirely agree with the duty side of things.
It happens, though.
And to me, to answer Chris's question, from my point of view, women use sex as a weapon because men allow them to. Men allow yourselves to be controlled by sex so much that it hurts you when you don't have it. That's why it can be used as a weapon.
That's right.
If you're not driven by sex so much, then so what if you hold it back?
I agree.
So what if you hold it back? So go on, hold it back then. See if I care.
Yeah.
If you turn around and said I don't care, well, go on. What's going to happen? You'll be surprised how often a woman will turn around and use it.
Back up. I'm sure it's okay. Let me just pick it up. Hi. Good evening.
It's still Chris here.
Okay. Hi, Chris. Chris, could you turn down your radio a little bit because we can hear the feedback.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so like I was saying, I was saying that I don't advise any woman to use sex.
I've heard all that you said.
Yes.
I just want to respond to what the young man is saying.
What Mo said. Okay.
Yeah, if you are faithful to your wife, and you know that you know only your wife, and you need sex. So what else can you do? Where else can you go than having your wife? And your wife is using that as a means of punishment. I mean, this is pushing you to go outside and do something outside.
Well, to me, Chris, I understand what you're saying. I understand the point. As far as your wife is concerned, this is the means to punish you. If you told your wife, if any man told their wife, if you hold it back, it doesn't mean anything to me.
If you hold it back.
Now, to me, that would make her think one of two things. The power that I have over my partner isn't there. Or it would make her think he doesn't desire me. Now, in both of those two situations, she would want to know that she's still desired. She'd want to know that, you know what, he still wants me. And now the point that I've made before was that, to me, because men allow sex to drive them so much, it's very easy for any woman, or even it's easy for a man to use sex to drive a man in a certain way. You have to bear in mind, advertising nowadays is predominantly driven by showing women in a certain way. That's what gets men's attention to look at things in the first place. If it wasn't so easy for sex to be used in that way, it wouldn't be used in that way.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not encouraging any man to go out and find satisfaction elsewhere. I'm not encouraging that at all. But I am saying that if we...
You know something?
Yeah.
I mean, the men, they need a lot of education.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of education, especially the women, the African women. They need a lot of education.
You're right. You're right. And I wish that your partner or whoever was listening to it, because again, like I said, I don't encourage any woman to, use sex as a weapon. I mean, no, you can talk about things, communication, that's what it is. If you're hurt about something, come on, talk about it. Let the person know that what they did to you, you're not really happy with it or what. But then don't use sex as a weapon, because when you do that, you're giving the guy or the man the chance to go out and do something.
Well, this is what is happening. This is what is happening in this country.
Yeah.
You are tired, you come from work, you just want to have sex and just go to bed. And
no, but then, Chris, I don't agree with that as well. You can't just have sex and go to bed. you need to let your woman feel desired as well.
Yeah, I agree with you anyway. But I just want to have sex. just to be in that mood of sleeping.
So you were using it as a sleeping pill?
No. That's not the problem.
Okay. Well, but like I said, no, I mean, it's not right for a woman to withhold sex from the husband.
That's what is pushing most of the men
to go out.
Yeah, but then it's also not an excuse. It's also not an excuse for the men to go out. If you have to talk through things. If there's an issue, you need to talk through things. Yeah. Because then there are men who are also depriving their wives of sex.
Yeah. As a Christian, I believe in God, and I don't believe in seeing around and going for another woman.
Exactly.
And my woman thought that because of that, you cannot go out. But one day, when this is gone too much, you decide, okay, today I'm tired. Let me just go and have it here. Then I'll have it, then I'll come without telling you anything. That's what they want.
Everyone has a limit.
Yeah.
And we need to be mindful of how much we push our partners away from ourselves. We do need to be wary that as much as you may have experienced sex being used as a weapon against you, your partner should be wary that in taking that action, they themselves could deprive themselves of your sex, of your penetration forever, because they pushed you away. So your partner needs to understand that.
I discussed that with one of my friend. My friend told me, why are you wasting your time? Why can't you just go and get another girlfriend somewhere?
Hey, don't listen to your friend, Chris.
Is it a good advice or not?
It's not a good advice.
No.
I think I would say that you need to speak to the person that you are with. Let the person understand that, you know what, it's not right for you to do this. And let the person understand that when they do that, they're kind of pushing you out. Maybe it will make that person reason.
I want to address this thing from two angles as well.
Chris, yeah, go on.
I think that more importantly, if you're a man and you make it look like Mo was saying, you make it look like the sex is so important to you all the time. If the woman wants to punish you, she knows this is where I can hit him the most.
Yeah,
that is your Achilles heel.
This is important to everybody.
Well, it is, but you see, when you make it look like it's so important to you and you cannot live without it, and she sees that as the only weapon she has over you, then she will keep using it against you.
Yeah.
You understand? She will keep using, because she knows very well that let's say for instance, if she needs money and you say, I haven't got money, she knows that she can
manipulate you,
get back at you by also holding sex from you, and she knows that that's going to hit you hard. So she will push that.
You know, there are so many things worries a woman here. Women of authority, for example, women having a good job here. They are in good position.
Yeah.
They underrate their husband.
Yeah, but Chris, having said that, no matter what, the woman needs sex as well.
Yeah.
Every woman needs sex. The other angle I'm also looking at it is that maybe you are not doing it the way she likes it.
Why can't she tell me that?
So you have to sit there down and speak to her, because if you're doing it the way the woman wants it, believe you me, she will not be withholding it so much, because if she enjoys it as well, then every time you come to her, she would readily let you have it, because you are doing it the way. You know, the problem we have in our African society is that most men are doing it the wrong way. Most men are doing it the wrong way. They just come in to please themselves and then they go without putting into consideration
how she feels.
What the woman actually wants from it. Is she enjoying it? Is she enjoying it the way you're doing it? So you need to communicate all of these things.
And I think the dynamics of a relationship also matters. It comes into play.
It does, yeah.
You know, because if things are dwindling, things have become a bit cold, and you know there isn't a lot of communication. There's a lot of arguments and what have you. Sometimes it brings that emotional disconnection, and so maybe you might need to work on that as well.
Chris, I will tell you an example. I have the privilege of counseling people sometimes, and there's a particular couple. The man only tends to be nice to the woman when he wants sex. So when you see him doing the cup of tea, trying to help with the kids, trying to do house chores, then it's because he wants something. As soon as he gets the sex, he stops caring, goes back to his old ways. He won't even hold normal conversations with the spouse. He acts like he doesn't care, and you do this until he wants sex again. Then he will start being. So then you understand.
It's
so now the woman.
circle.
So now the woman always thinks, hold on. This guy is taking me for a ride. He only comes around when he actually wants sex. So what happens? She keeps the gates closed.
Right. Okay.
You know, I'm over 50 here, and all these games, I call it small girls games and all those things. I mean, I'm really tired of all these things. I mean, how many times do you come to your woman and say, I want to have sex?
And she says no.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but I can't go through that anymore, At this age, you tend like going outside and have something outside and do that.
Hold in there, Chris. Don't give up.
Yeah, hold in there, Chris.
Don't give up.
Don't, exactly.
Understand what she wants and work from that
just
angle.
Speak to her. Just sit her down and talk to her. Get her to really tell you from her point of view what is going on, what is causing all of these things, and try and take some of her points on. And I'm sure if you take some of her points on and you begin to make those changes and those adjustments, believe me, you will be having a better sexual relationship.
Oh, wait, the problem is she's not even here. She's always outside London, working outside. She comes weekend. When I'm off, then that's the game that's going on. But you are outside the whole week. This is the time we meet, and you start playing this game.
So that is when you should even have a good time, because you are not together all the time.
Yeah, that lets you think about so many things.
Yeah. So please,
something outside, think probably someone outside or so.
No, please sit her down. Please sit down with her and have a proper conversation and make sure you are both on the same page and know what's going on. And then if she comes up with any suggestions, please do take them on board and try and work through with her, and I'm sure you would have a better relationship.
All right,
okay, Chris. We wish you the very best of luck.
Okay, bye, Chris. Yes, so thank you so much, Chris, for your phone call. And these are issues that we goes on a lot in relationships, and Chris, believe you me, you're not the only one that is going through it. It is very normal. Very true. There's another call coming through, so I'm going to take that. And hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Who am I talking to? You are live, by the way.
Oh, already?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. I'm Benny.
Hi, Benny. How are you?
Thank you.
That's good. That's good. What have you got for us?
I wanted to ask, is there a lady on the panel?
Just me, my dear.
Just you. That is so unfair. When you have to talk about a thing like this, there should be a woman to defend the women.
Well, because we are focusing on the men. Yes, because the topic is what men. The topic is what men want in bed. So we're kind of focusing on the men, and we want to know what they want, and so that we can try and adjust.
Oh, okay then. So I missed the mark then, because I just tuned in and heard Chris' question, and so that is what I wanted to comment on.
What advice would you give to Chris?
Sorry?
What would you say?
Advice? I just wanted to make Chris understand, and all the men in the studio, that I've heard a lot of men talk about that women use sex as a punishment. From conversations I've had and from experience and everything, it's not a punishment.
Yeah.
It is.
Lenny, could you turn your radio down slightly?
Let me do that. Yeah. It is the way men look at sex and the way women also look at sex. Okay, so like Chris was saying, I just want to have it and go to bed.
Yes.
A woman doesn't look at it that way. It is a soul with us women. It is a spirit, soul, body thing.
Yeah, there's an emotional attachment.
It is deeper than you guys see it, and therefore, when there's something going on with the woman, when the woman is not happy about something, when something is not right in the house, she can't flow.
Yes.
The man can just come and have it and go to bed. It is okay for a man to just have it and go to bed, but it's not the same for a woman. Just take it. Just remove the idea of it being a punishment. It's not a punishment. It's just that the woman just cannot have it when she's not happy with anything.
I think I hear Benny's point. I do think that there are some women that do use it as a punishment. There are some women that will flaunt their attributes.
Any friend of yours that tells you, I don't think there will be that many, but any friend of yours that tells you the wife is doing that, please speak with the woman, and you will understand the woman.
Yeah. There must be an underlying factor.
The thing is that our men, you always hear our men say, oh, especially African women, especially African men don't listen to their wives. They don't allow us to speak.
So my question to you, Benny.
Yes.
So are you saying that the mentality of a woman to use her physical attributes to get what she wants is low among black women, African women?
Can you come again? To use?
Are you saying that women don't necessarily use, their breasts, their bosoms, their sexuality to get what they want?
From their husbands, or you mean from boyfriends and girlfriends?
Let's just say generally.
From the husbands. But Benny, I think so. Especially in this part of the world, as Chris said, when women we're all working, and do you know what I'm saying? It's not as bad as like home where women are depending on their husbands to get what they want.
Yeah.
So I don't see why a woman would use whatever she's got to get whatever she wants.
You'd be surprised, Benny. You'd be very surprised.
Well, thank you so much, Benny. I think that's a good contribution because, indeed, there must be an underlying factor, and I think
men should learn to listen to the women.
Yes.
Find out where they're hurting, solve the problem. Don't brush it under the carpet.
Yeah.
Talk about it. Allow the woman to pour her heart. Find out where she's hurting, solve the problem before you bring this in.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Benny. Please give us a call again when you if you've got anything else. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Benny. Bye.
Okay, that was Benny. I'm going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
Bedtalk on ABN Radio with Frida's Palace. Ladies, look elegant with Frida's Palace. Call 079 315 11991 to book your appointment.
They are coming from all over the UK, France, Holland, Germany, Italy, Spain, Belgium, Canada, US, and Ghana. The biggest Ghanaian event this summer. Ghana Party in the Park on Saturday, the 14th of July, 2018 at Trent Park in London. From 12 noon, happening at the Ghana Party in the Park. Live music, food, Deborah Chiefs, cultural dances, fun fair rides, plus many more. Mom, dad, auntie, uncle, bring the kids along with you. Tickets on sale now at aquabauk.com. For more information, call, text, or WhatsApp 077-337-91988 or follow us on social media at Aquaba UK on all platforms. Sponsors: Hey Global, World Remit, GCB Bank, Unity Link, Royal Air Maroc, Jobico Shipping, Fontour Solicitors, and ABN TV. Ghana Party in the Park on Saturday, the 14th of July, 2018. One amazing day, bringing the family together. Hey, angel. Hey, angel. If you count my money, I know they joke around me, yeah.
Sending money has to be fast, safe, and efficient.
So what are you? Hey, angel.
Now you can send up to £5,400 to Ghana for only £1.
Only £1? Up to £5,400?
Yes, only £1, and your friends and family can collect with ease from a cash collection point, mobile money on all networks, or directly from their bank account.
This is so convenient.
Wait for the most convenient part. Download your PayAngel app to your phones and tablets and get started, or visit payangel.com. Pay only £1 for money transfer to Ghana, no matter the amount, when you pay for your transaction with instant bank transfer.
Get paid when your family and friends send. Terms and conditions apply.
Visit payangel.com for details. PayAngel, truly an angel. Authorized and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. You look elegant.
Thank you.
The hairstyle, the makeup, you change that every week.
It's Frida's Palace.
So, that's standing out. Look at your birthday party was Frida's Palace, right?
You got that. Hair and makeup for every occasion, anytime. Just walk into their Norwood Junction and Croydon salons or book an appointment by calling Frida on 07931 511 991 or 0208 6535 300. Consultation is free.
Can I take you out for dinner?
As your PA, I'll have to tell your wife you're asking me out.
It's just dinner.
I still need to tell your wife.
Frida's Palace. Look elegant.
Hello again and welcome back to the Bedtalk Show. We are live on ABN Radio, and as always you can catch us on the DAB, tuning app, mobile, Ghana Modern Ghana, I beg your pardon. And then you could, we're also streaming on YouTube live, so you could by all means catch us on that. So Chris and Mo, we are here discussing what men want in bed. Now, what are some of the things that women need to do that will drive their spouse wild with desire?
Don't ask for permission.
Okay.
You can see your man sitting there watching the football, and you can block his view by just walking in front of the TV in your underwear, your knickers, your bra, your whatever, and just seducing. Sometimes you don't have to necessarily approach him and ask him to do certain things. You can just grab him and unbutton the jeans and drop trousers and let him know by grabbing his thighs that you want him. Let him feel desired. Let him feel that at that moment in time, there isn't anything. I don't care if the blinds are open. What I want right now is you. I don't care who can see me. I want you. Let him know that you fancy the pants off of him, and that right then you want to kiss him from, you know, the base of his chin to, well, let's see how far down south you can go. But let him feel that you want him, and you don't have to always say, oh, you know what I feel like doing today. No, don't ask him. Don't tell him. Just walk into the room where he is, and just let him know physically. Don't even say a word. Use your hands, use your breathing, use your sensuality to convey that message.
Use your lips. Use anything.
Do not
use anything.
Try not to talk. Don't say a word. Go and let him know how you feel without saying a single word. Work to arouse him, get him excited without saying a single word. See how creative you can be.
So let's get into the nitty-gritty of this whole thing.
Oh, that's a term.
Okay, what will make that man scream in ecstasy?
Do you want to go for this one?
Everybody is different.
So what are some of the things?
There are men who likes their balls caressed, and there are some too is a big turn off. You need to know who you're with.
What switches
and
to
what
flick?
switches them on, what turns them on. Like I said, some like their nipples being sucked, being
squeezed or pinched or bitten lightly.
And there are some men too that blowjob is a big massive deal for them. If you don't do a blowjob, then it is like they haven't even had sex. So
see, I don't think to me the thing that I find interesting and exciting is being teased.
Yeah.
Let me read what someone actually sends. The person says, and I'm not mentioning names, but the person says, we want great blowjob and sensual penis massage, full stop.
That's right.
Kiss every part like you want to be kissed. Some African women are too lazy in bed.
Oh my God.
Please don't insult us.
You see, Adwoa, I think he's hit the nail right on the head. There are a lot of women who just lie back and don't participate.
More like crucify me.
Yeah. Or even if they've turned around for you, they just lie down quietly, you know, do whatever you want to do and get it over and done with and let's go.
Yeah.
And
it can be seen as a chore almost.
That's right. So when that happens, you don't motivate your man to even do more.
Yeah.
Because if you participate, you realize that you give the guy the edge for him to want to do more. You know,
you're arousing him. You're turning him on. You're getting him mentally into that point where he will moan, where he will scream, where he will gasp because you've done certain things to him.
A guy there's this guy, he told his wife's friend to tell his wife that he would want her to moan when they're having sex. He says the woman is always quiet, lying down very quietly. She doesn't make any sounds, but this guy actually wants to hear something. He even went as far as saying that even if she has to pretend.
Oh wow!
Oh no, I don't know.
That's you.
So because maybe for him that is what turns him on.
He wants to hear something.
Wanting to hear the noise is one thing. Yes, having a fake noise is something else.
But a lot of the women tend to fake it anyway.
No. That doesn't work for me.
No. You see, he wants to hear something. He wants to be motivated. He wants that cheerleader thing. This guy is actually on the field, doing his thing, trying to score goals, play very well. And here you are, you're not cheering him up. You're just there, very quiet.
This is what I said to you earlier on, that men get motivated and driven when they hear the noise from a woman.
Exactly.
If a man, if every thrust led to a whimper, a moan, a scream, an oh gosh, an oh God, or saying his name, that man is inspired to do what he's doing even more.
With all the flipping hacks and what have you.
Yeah. That in itself, at that moment, you want him to know that he's the best. You've never had
every single
like
thrust
this
leads to or a something. Then suddenly he's inspired.
Wow. Okay.
That's the audio side of things. If every thrust led to, every thrust the boobs jiggled a bit, or you saw the bum shake a little bit, that's the visual side of things.
Yeah.
But when you put the two things together, and with every thrust you're seeing and you're hearing and suddenly you are like Spartacus. you are the man. You are in the middle of that. You can send any gladiator out. You could take it all down. Because at that moment in time, you are the champion.
You are.
But that only comes from having that audio sound from your woman. Having the woman let you know that you're making me do this. I don't get this when I go and buy my Nando's. You're making me moan like this. My eyes are half open right now because of what you're doing to me. That drives a man to get to a point where he himself will moan. He will be so into what he's doing that when he comes to climaxing, it's so intense because you have made it that intense for him.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, women out there, please, if you are listening, take note of this. There's a call coming through, so I'll pick it up and then we shall continue. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the Bedtalk show. Who am I talking to?
Hi, this is Amma. I just wanted to say great show. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Amma,
for taking us from the woman's perspective. That's a great advice, very sure. And you've really done well because most things women don't know and most men don't tell us.
Exactly.
And we are on a failing trail because we're trying and we're not doing our best. But if you get this information, then you can just tailor-made it to your own man and do what is best and what is expected of you. So more with that advice you give to the Christian men. Amen. Hallelujah. That was a prophecy in itself. Thank you very much.
I do try. I'm trying to be helpful here.
You are, and then the way we're doing the visual and the audio, I mean the merger of two will create such an explosion. So thank you very much.
That's a pleasure.
Thank you, two of you.
Thank you so much, my dear.
I called earlier and the lines were busy.
I know. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thanks for calling. Bye for now.
It's very important that our women know, what to do. I think that ultimately people would have to have that conversation. It's also because people don't give feedbacks.
That's the thing.
They don't give feedback.
That's the thing.
So whether
there's another call coming through, so I'll take that. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the Bedtalk show. Who am I talking to? I am Adwoa.
Hi there, good evening. My name is Kente and I wanted to contribute.
Hey, Kente, thank you so much for calling.
Hi, Adwoa, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad. Great show.
Thank you so much.
Great show. Let me just use the opportunity to say, the gentlemen at the studio, they've done a good job.
I'm telling you.
They've done their best. But I've got a piece of advice for was it Chris?
Yeah.
That came on earlier on.
Yeah.
There is a saying where I come from. They say "baby enjoy."
Yes. Nowhere cool.
Nowhere is cool. So maybe Chris needs to find ways and means to try and quench the fire in his house, because you don't know if you decide to leave her now, if you decide to leave her today, and you decide to go into another kind of relationship, you don't know where you're going, you're putting yourself into.
Yeah.
So my little advice to him is, look, it might be hard, it might be difficult, but there might be a light at the end of the tunnel.
You're right.
So you should keep on pushing, you should keep on praying.
Yeah.
Because things can turn around.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I'm sure Chris is listening, so I'm sure he will take that advice on.
Question as well, please.
Please go on.
One of the ladies came on and she was like, today's show was for the men.
Yeah.
Are you going to do another one for the ladies?
Well, we did that for the ladies 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I missed that. You need a part 2.
You did. Daniel did that for the ladies. So he had a panel of 3 ladies.
Do it for the ladies as well. We want to hear if you can do a part 2 of it.
A part 2 of the ladies one.
We want to know what our women like as well.
Okay, we will do it again.
Guys, great show. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Kenzie. Thanks for call. Bye.
Yeah. But there's something very important that I wanted to talk about before Kente came on. I also want the woman to understand that comparing your current to your ex is a no-no.
Yes.
It is a no-no, especially when you are in the act. And this person is going to now.
There's a line and a limit. You cannot do that comparison.
Not at all.
When I'm putting my good work in.
So now coming to tell me how
he will do it this way.
Does it this way, or
at that point you disembark. You put on your tracksuit bottoms and you go running.
Yeah. So women should take note. Comparing is not a good. It's not a good, especially when you are going to put your current man down and try to belittle him and want if you're going to compare in a positive manner. I've never had anything like you're better than. It could be a plus, but whereas you're going to put your current man down and want to heal your ex, that shouldn't happen. They can actually switch the man from level 100 to level 0
down.
Well, if that comparison is to be had, then there's no place for me to be there.
Exactly. You're right. So if that is a no, and make sure you don't even mention your ex's name whilst you're at it. No. So, someone has also said that the woman should try Japanese neuro slippery massage, body on body, and tantric massage.
I did mention tantric massage or tantric sex to you guys one time before.
And so therefore you need a lot of oils at home. Okay. And you will get them. Yeah, because then, you become slippery, he becomes slippery, so you are, don't let me start demonstrating.
For that one, yes. You also need a plastic sheet. For that one, yes. But on the tantric side, you don't necessarily need the oils. The only thing you need to do is pace yourself, breathe, and be open. You can sit opposite your partner, naked to naked, eyes open, eyes closed, with a little bit of incense burning.
In 3 weeks' time, we'll be doing sexual techniques. Please make sure you've put all of these information down, because we will be talking about them. But for now, too soon. The time goes so quick, isn't it? Wow. Too soon. We are approaching the end of the program. Where did 2 hours go? But thank you so much for indulging me, for tonight's topic. And I must exit for you tonight is erotic bootylicious. And what I say is that as your guy lies on his back, straddle him facing his feet so that your butt is in full view of him. Now, sitting straight up with your hands on his hips, just for leverage, grind into him slowly for a few minutes, building up that intense sensation. Then once you have that ideal angle, you can start speeding things up. Now, whilst you are speeding things up, tighten and release your inside muscles and let loose tones as you vary the depth of penetration and rhythm. Now enjoy every sensation and pleasure this brings to you. So that is my lot for you. And like I always say, I'm still waiting for testimonies. Yeah. But for now, I just want to say a big thank you to you, Chris, and to you, Mo. You are always on point and amazing. Thank you so much. I also want to say thank you to you out there for tuning in, taking time out to tune in, and for keeping us all company. We really appreciate you. For everybody that called in, we want to say thank you so much. Also, if you have a topic that you want us to discuss, by all means, email me at bedtalk@abnradiouk.com. bedtalk@abnradiouk.com. You could also connect with me on Twitter at Tips from Adwoa. Okay. Next week there will be an exciting conversation as well. Tune in tomorrow for a great lineup of programs, starting with the Gospel Connect. For now, have a beautiful weekend and see you next week.
ABN Radio, London's Afropolitan radio station. More news, more information.